Welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn about the monitors from the operating system. So, monitor is one of the inter-process communication solution for the synchronization process. So, in the previous videos, we have seen some of the inter-process communication solutions like operating system solutions, that is semaphore, and software solutions, hardware solutions. Okay, here we are going to know about the compiler type solution for the inter-process communication in the operating system. So in order to perform the synchronization between the process, so we are going to use the monitors. Okay, it works similar to the semaphores, but there is a small distinction between the monitors and semaphores. Okay, so let us know about the monitors here. So monitors is a programming language construct that provides equivalent functionality as that of semaphores, and that is easier to control. Okay, so here the monitor is a abstract data type. Okay, and it works similar to the functions. How do we call functions in the C programming language? So it works similar to that. Okay, and it provides equivalent functionality as that of semaphores, right? So in the semaphores we are using the two types of signals like wait and signal. Okay, two types of operations we are going to perform. So those two types of operations that we are going to perform in the monitors also, but there will be some difference between the monitors and semaphores. And a monitor is a collection of procedures, variables and data structures that are all grouped together in a special kind of module or package. Okay, so monitor is nothing but a collection of procedures, variables and data structures that are packed as a monitor. Okay, so here if you want to access any variable, then we can access that particular variable using a procedure only. Okay, and data structures here. So there are different types of data structures, right? Arrays, queues, stacks, trees, graphs. So in the background, the monitor is going to use a particular data structure here. Okay. So process may call the procedures in a monitor whenever they want to, but they cannot directly access the monitor's internal data structures from the procedures declared outside the monitor. Okay, so here a process may call the procedure in a monitor. A particular process can call only one procedure in a monitor, and it can access only one variable. So while a process is accessing a particular variable in the monitor, then no other process is allowed to enter the monitor. And similarly, the process cannot change the data structure of a monitor. It can access only the variables. It has a control to change only the variables, but not the data structures of the monitor. Okay, so here the monitors is somewhat similar to semaphores. It performs the inter-process communication among the process that access a critical section. Okay, so in the monitors, uh, so it will allow only one process to be there in the critical section and to perform the mutual exclusion. Okay, so here, and the monitor is similar to the function calling in the C programming language, how the parameters are passed between the passed in the function. So similar to that, it will perform. So a monitor will be having the number of n number of procedures with the initialization code. Okay, so here a process can access only one procedure at a time, and it can modify the variables. Okay, so next one is the characteristics of a monitor. The local variables are accessible only by the monitor's procedures and not by an external procedures. And a process can enter the monitor by invoking one of its procedures. And only one process may be executing in the monitor at a time. any other process invoked is suspended, waiting for the monitor to become available. Okay, so these some conditions are similar to semaphores. So here we will see how this will be performed. Okay, so let us consider here. Okay, so in the monitor we are having some procedures like a procedure P1. So this is the P1 and P2. So these are the procedures in the monitor. So this is a monitor, we are considering the monitor. Okay, so if a particular process wants to access the shared variables, so in the monitor the critical section is the variables, that is the shared variables. We are placing the shared variables in the critical section in the monitor. Okay, so in the variables is the shared variables part. So this is the critical section. This will act as a critical section. Okay, so if a particular process wants to access these shared variables, then it can access the variables using the procedures given in the monitor only. And what about the data structures here? Okay, coming to the point of data structures, so we know that arrays, stacks, queues are the different types of data structures in the internal. Okay, suppose if you are going to issue the wait or signal operations on a particular process, then it will be placed in the suspended queue only. So here we are using the data structure queue. Okay, right. So here the local variables are accessible only by the monitor procedure and not by any external procedures. Okay, if you process here the process P1, okay, so here the process wants, a particular process wants to access the monitor, then it can access only through the available available procedures only. And a process can enter the monitor by invoking only one of its procedures. So here we are having the two types of procedures, right? So we can access the variables, the shared variables, by using the only any one of the procedures given in the inside this monitor. Okay, and only one process may be executing in the monitor at a time. Any other process invoked is suspended, waiting for monitor to become available. Okay, suppose here we are considering a process PA. So a process PA is it wants to access the monitor here. So it will access the monitor. Okay, so it will access the monitor by using one of the procedures given here. The given procedures are P1 and P2. So it will access the shared variables using any one of the procedures here. Okay, so while a process is accessing the shared variable by using procedures, then no other process is allowed to enter the monitor here. Okay, so here PA has access to the critical section using the P1. Okay, while it is accessing the shared variables, if any other process, that is PB, wants to enter the monitor, then it is not allowed to enter into the monitor because the PA is already there using the shared variables. Okay, so while PA is executing in the critical section, if any other process tries to enter the monitor using the available n number of procedures in the monitor, it is not allowed to do so. Okay, so here another process is not allowed to enter the variable while any process is there inside the monitor. Okay, so it cannot so no process can enter the monitor using any of the other procedures also, that is a P2 or P3, Pn. Okay, like that. So only one process will be there in the monitor. Okay, suppose here the PA is executing the shared variables, it is accessing the shared variables in the monitor. So at that time, if PB is trying to access the variable, then it is placed in the blocked queue. Okay, so it will be blocked and placed in the suspended queue here. Okay, it will be placed in the suspended queue. Okay, so these are the characteristics of a monitor. The data variables in the monitor can be accessed by only one process at a time. So thus here the shared data structure can be protected by placing it in a monitor. Okay, so here the shared variables are given more protection by allowing only one process to access, thus providing the mutual exclusion here. And if the data in a monitor represents some monitor provides a mutual exclusion facility for accessing the resource. So to be useful for the concurrent processing, the monitor must include synchronization tools. So monitor supports synchronization by the use of condition variables that are contained with the monitor and accessible only within the monitor. So two functions operate on condition variables, that is C weight and C signal. So C weight and C signal. So these are the two condition variables that we are going to use. So this is the schematic view of a monitor. So here we have seen the shared data and operations. Okay, so these are the operations or procedures here. So we are having the n number of procedures. Okay, so these are the n number of procedures here, and a process can access the monitor using these procedures only. It can access the data, the shared data here. That is the critical section, right? Okay, it can access the shared data using the procedures given in the monitor only. If a process is suspended, then it will be placed in the queue here, suspended queue. Okay, so here we are having the initialization code. Okay, that we have given in the monitor programming code. The C weight and C signal. So these are the two condition variables used for the monitors. So it is similar to the down and up operations of the semaphore. Okay, so C weight. So C weight, it will suspend the execution of the calling process on condition C. The monitor is now available for use by another process. Okay, so here in the monitor, so this is a monitor. Suppose if there is any process already in the monitor, then no other process is allowed to enter the monitor and it will be placed in the suspended queue here. Okay, so it will be placed in the suspended queue. So after the P1 finishes the execution, then so the process which is waiting in the suspended queue will be invoked to enter the monitor. Okay, so that is called as the C wait. Okay, so here the P1 has finished the execution and P2 is allowed to enter the monitor. Okay, so in the case of the C wait, so a process will enter the monitor. So here the process will enter the monitor and it will log the monitor. If any other process tries to access the monitor, then it will be placed in the suspended queue. And C signal means if the process finishes the execution, then the process which is waiting in the suspended queue will be called back to it is allowed to enter the monitor here. Okay, and here monitor wait or signal operations are different from those of the semaphores. If a process in a monitor signals and no task is waiting on the condition variable, then the signal will be lost. A process can enter the monitor by invoking any of its procedures. One can think of the monitor as having a single entry point that is guarded so that only one process may be in the monitor at a particular amount of time. Other process that attempt to enter the monitor join a queue of process suspended waiting for the monitor availability. Okay, so here, so if the monitor is already having a process, then the remaining process which tries to access the monitor will be placed in the suspended queue. Other process that attempt to enter the monitor join a queue of process suspended waiting for the monitor availability. Once a process in the monitor may temporarily suspend itself on condition X by issuing a C signal, C wait of X, then it is placed in a queue of process waiting to re-enter the monitor when the condition changes. So if a process that is executing in the monitor detects a change in condition variable x, it issues C signal of x, which alerts the corresponding condition q that the condition has changed. So the major drawback of monitor concept is its lack of implementation in most commonly used programming languages. Okay, and some of the drawbacks and the advantages of the monitors are, so monitors are very easy to implement than semaphores, and it can overcome the timing errors that occur while using semaphores. So in the case of semaphores, if you see uh, in the counting semaphores, so more than one process can be there in the critical section at a particular amount of time. Okay, but in the case of the monitors it is not possible. So monitors is very stricter compared to the semaphores. Okay, so in the case of the, if you see the counting semaphores, so in the counting semaphores, if you are taking the value as 2, okay, the semaphore value as 2 here, so here it will make, the process will make it as 1 and p1 will enter the critical section. Okay, so next, so process P2 will try to enter the critical section and it will make the semaphore value as 0 and P2 will enter the critical section. Okay, so here the more than one process is there in the critical section at a particular amount of time in the case of the counting semaphores, but there is no chance of race conditions in the semaphores. Okay, it will be there but it is very less compared to the monitors. But in the case of the monitors, um, only one process is allowed through the procedures to access the shared variables in the monitor. Okay, so that's why the monitors is more strict compared to the semaphores. And monitors can overcome the timing errors that occur while using the semaphores. Shared variables are global to all processes in the monitor, while shared variables are hidden in the semaphores. And in the case of the semaphores, we are not using condition variables, we are using only down signal and down and up operations. But in the case of the uh, monitors, we are using the C wait and the C signal operations. So procedures here will be global or, and semaphores are machine dependent because they are implemented in the kernel services. Semaphores permit more than one thread to access the critical section, unlike monitors, which we have seen in the counting semaphores, right? But in the binary is very strict. In binary semaphores, there will be only two values here, right? So that is the semaphore value will be 1 or 0. Okay, so in this case, only one process will be allowed to enter the critical section. But in the case of the counting semaphores, then there is more than two variables are allowed to enter the critical section. So in semaphores, there is no spinning, hence no waste of resources due to busy waiting. Okay, so these are the some of the advantages and disadvantages of the monitors and semaphores. And thanks for watching my video. Hope you like my video. Thank you.